Every day in developing countries, at least 20,000 girls gives birth. We are not just talking about pregnancy, we are talking about birth. And according to the World Health Organization, the leading cause of death among adolescent girls are maternal-related issues. And maternal-related issues, adolescent girl maternal issues, we're talking about, the first one is complications from abortions. The next one is probably, complications from giving birth because, they are young, their body is still developing and all. If we do not do something, we'll keep losing these girls. My name is Odunwayo, a public health specialist and an affiliate member of the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. You're welcome to my channel where I discuss everything women's health and how to live healthy day by day. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing a somewhat sensitive topic. We are going to be discussing contraceptive use among adolescents. It will be more of a discussion. I would so much appreciate if you would also drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be taking my time to discuss issues around prevalence of unwanted pregnancy amongst adolescents, and also, do you think adolescents should use contraceptives? That's a very controversial topic. Although when you're looking at human rights, yes, they have the right to. But when you are looking at the African context and how we hold in high regards morals, health, and issues like this, it becomes debatable as to if we should give adolescents the go-ahead to use contraceptives. And when you're talking about adolescents, I'm referring to people now within the age bracket of 12 upward to 21. Yes, although the global definition will be talking about people around 10 and 19, but that's for way developed countries. But in developing countries like ours, we still consider people within the age bracket of say 12 to 21 will be considered as adolescents, or let's just say young girls. I know it is quite possible as a typical African that you're already thinking, hey, what is this word turning into? Contraceptive for children. Actually, the truth is that in the world we are in today, these adolescents, they frequently encounter barriers in contraceptive information, in knowing what is right, what they are supposed to do, what they are not meant to do. And this has actually led to, increase in unwanted pregnancy, complications from abortion, a lot of it amongst these young people. We have a lot of issues of rape. They are being victimized. They enter into relationships that they cannot undo, relationships where they can actually not negotiate. They can't negotiate. They are just at the mercy of their partners. A lot of things happen to them because, one, they don't have the right information, and secondly, because of this our stigmatization and the way we paint these issues. Although the truth is that these issues are serious issues, we cannot leave them untouched, or we cannot trivialize. Okay, we actually cannot trivialize it, but the truth remains that we have to always talk about it. Not just talk about it, we have to help these young people to act, to make decisions. We have to serve as a guidance to them. We don't have to stand as a terror. Although sometimes while we were growing up, our parents were used the violent approach. Most of our parents used the violent approach. But the truth is that even you that are watching, despite the fact that your parents used the violent approach, you still did what you want to do. Yes, that's the truth. You did what you want to do. Either you abstained for long or you did not. You still do what you want to do, because as parents or guardians, sisters, brothers, whatever, we can't follow these children everywhere. And sometimes some of these decisions, because of their young age, these decisions are not intentional decisions. They are victims of rape. Some, they just find themselves in that environment. Probably they got initiated into sex at a very young age, probably by coercion. And then because they felt, oh, this looks good, they hide it, and then it becomes part of them, and then you don't say, oh, she's wayward, she's this, she's that. It's because of the way she got exposed, or him, or the boy, because it's not just about the woman or the girl, it's also about the boy, or how the boy got exposed to sexual issues and all. And this transcends, with the world we are in, we have to tell ourselves the truth. This transcends beyond heterosexual intercourse, or maybe man and woman, boy and girl, goes into probably homosexuality at very young age in boarding schools. These issues, we cannot overflock them, because every day in developing countries, at least 20,000 girls gives birth. We are not just talking about pregnancy, we are talking about birth. And according to the World Health Organization, the leading cause of death among adolescent girls are maternal-related issues. And maternal-related issues, adolescent girl maternal issues, we're talking about, the first one is complications from abortions. The next one is probably, complications from giving birth, because, they are young, their body is still developing and all. If we do not do something, we'll keep losing these girls. For instance, if we say, oh, because of our morals or religious stance or whatever stance that we have, we decide to take these things away from them, that is, right to, I'm talking about two things majorly now, rights to information about contraceptives and then access to contraceptives. Those are the two major issues. If we continue to take this information away from them, and we continue to take the access away from them, because we think in our mind that we are trying to protect them, we're actually doing more harm than any form of good. It is understandable that you teach your child the morals, you teach your child the religious stance, but until when that boy comes to terms with what you're teaching him or her, what is your child or your what's fate? Fate, I mean FAT. What is your child or what's fate? What happens? Those children that die because of issues related to this is not because the parents are so bad or they don't have whatever. There are some environmental factors, of course, that contribute to these kind of things. But for instance, I'm a Christian, and if you're looking at it from a perspective, let's say from that religious perspective of being a Christian, if a man or a young girl or a young boy contracts probably HIV/AIDS before him or her gets born again, you getting born again does not automatically cure. Of course, I believe in miracles, fine, does not automatically cure HIV/AIDS. But what if that boy or girl had the means to protect himself or herself before she becomes born again? Then we would have done more good for that person than the gospel actually that we have given to him or her. So that comes to tell me, before this child or these children gets out of their youthful exuberance and all these things, do we want them to come out unharmed? How much do we want them to come out clean? Because sometimes these issues happen, and amongst adolescents, there was a study I did year back, and it was discovered that amongst adolescents, most of these sexual intercourse amongst them, especially first time sexual intercourse, are mostly unplanned, and just that single act can destroy and shatter the life of a young girl, of a young boy. That could be the devastating end. It could lead some to death. Some go ahead to, in Nigeria, abortion is not legalized. That's another video entirely that I'm still going to talk about. Abortion is not legalized. And because abortion is not legalized and the stigmatization around it, they go to quack doctors, they use a lot of things. I don't want to dive into that might actually lead to complications that could take their lives. Okay, if we actually tell them the right thing to do at this point in time, rather than continue to shield them, continue to box them, or even when we try to say we are giving them sex education, we don't tell them the whole truth. This is not only the responsibility of parents, this is also the responsibility of the educational system. I believe, in my own opinion, that we should have that adolescent-friendly clinics should be in institutions, should be in secondary school, where these children have all the information, and not just information about contraceptives alone or maybe reproductive, also information on how to build your self-esteem, how to defend yourself, how to negotiate in your relationship. You negotiate for safe sex, you negotiate for abstinence, you negotiate for a lot of things, because these children, they make decisions. I don't want to call them children, sorry. These young girls, young boys, they make decisions every day, spontaneous decisions that they don't have to give you a call before they make them. So it's based on the kind of information that they've given to them, based on the kind of information that the school has given to them, that will determine the kind of information that we give to them. Now, for instance, I spoke about I mentioned the other time that sex amongst adolescents are mostly spontaneous, and that is why we have higher rates of unwanted pregnancy amongst them. That's just the reason. It's because sex with them is mostly spontaneous, and most of the time the options that we give to them is condoms, I think that's the number one thing that we should always introduce: male condom, female condom, because condom has double protection. Condom protects you from unwanted pregnancy, and condom protects these young girls from sexually transmitted disease. Young girls, young boys, sexually transmitted, protect the girls from unwanted pregnancy. That is the first option. But the truth and the honest thing is that this sex comes unplanned. So when the sex is unplanned, obviously the boy is not with a condom, or the man, the girl is also not with a condom. So what happens? Everything you have told them, that's good, down the drain. I could remember I was discussing with somebody way younger, an adolescent actually, and I was talking to her because she starts to get a lot of male friends, and then I started to have I was not feeling too comfortable with her movement. I kept asking her, are you with this person? You are with this person, as in going to visit. So I said to her that if you keep visiting men, or you keep visiting boys that likes you, quotes, and you feel, oh, I'm a born again Christian, or I'm a good girl, I don't have intention of having sex with them, they're just my friend, we go out, we do this. I said to her that the day you will have sex, you will not plan it. It's just like you're waking up every other day and you are going. That's the way you wake up the day that it will happen. And I said to her, if you keep going this way, just be honest to yourself. Let's take you to a clinic and get a contraceptive, get birth control, so that at least we know that we have eliminated one unwanted pregnancy. So, and if you do not have sex, fine, it does not hurt you, but if you want to have sex, then you are protected. And then secondly, I told her also of other options, condoms and other. It might seems like, oh, probably you are exposing her, you are giving her options that will allow her to misbehave, blah blah blah. Of course she opted out, but that gave her the option, gave her the signal, or it is at the back of her mind that even if at a later time in life I want to make this kind of decision, I think there is this option that I can go for, and there's no stigmatization or whatever around it. Do you offer? Should we always offer? And I would like us to discuss this in the comment section. Please, do you feel comfortable? Yeah, I think that's the word. Do you feel comfortable in giving contraceptive options to adolescents, especially adolescents that are above 18 years, who can actually make decisions without their parents? Because there are issues of consent around this also, because if somebody below 18 years comes to you for non implants, even as a nurse or as a health professional or health worker or service provider, you begin to wonder what is happening, you should understand, especially in this our context in Africa here. And then you might want to speak to the person's ward, parents, blah blah blah. But there are some children that they don't have cover, they don't have that kind of family setting, they don't have an environment where they can point to one particular person as their mom, their dad, their protector, their guardian, blah 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 blah. And so when you ask them to bring somebody, they don't have somebody to bring. They don't even have, it's not as if they cannot tell the person to come now, but they don't even have. So they would go and do whatever they want to do, and the outcome will still be there, and then we'll still keep having these issues. There are ways that we can actually combat this issue. Number one is keep girls in school as much as you're keeping boys in school, because when a girl is also enlightened, exposed, just as a male counterparts that she's dealing with, then she's able to take a stand and stand up for herself in making decisions. And then secondly, we should provide sexual and reproductive health information to these people, and this information should include the use of contraceptive. There should be adolescent friendly clinics around. Let your child, I think, or your ward or whatever, once your child starts menstruating, I think you should, as a mother, father, ward, introduce that child to an adolescent friendly clinic around. It could be in a school, institution, or somewhere around. You could go to Google. Google is your friend. If you don't know the one that is closest to you, you can contact there are non-governmental organizations working on issues of reproductive health around you. You can talk to them. They would direct you to the one closest to you. Let your child know the place. Let your child and then if your child knows that they would also be able to share certain information with you. That is one. And that is another thing that you can do. And also we have obligations. Then we have obligations to, because they have a right to these their choices, we just have to respect it. We'll come back to that. Aside respecting their choice, we also have to provide this choice, and then thirdly, we have to fulfill that choice. Now, going back to respect, you might be saying, oh, respect is a very bad choice. How will I respect that? Respect is totally different from endorsement or endorsing a particular behavior. You can respect it and not endorse it. Those are two different things. You can respect but not endorse. Of course, and if there is a particular choice or way you think your child should actually behave, let me tell you a simple secret. The way your child would behave, or what will form the bedrock of the decisions that your child would make, would be what you have taught or what you have inculcated in that child from age 0 to 7. Anything outside that, when the child is already growing, the child already knows right from wrong, that is when you now want to start teaching the child. I don't want to say it is too late, but it will be very difficult, pretty difficult to start any kind of training when it comes to moral at that stage. That does not come with maybe a child becoming born again or not becoming born again. That one is the work of the Holy Spirit. But you see, as human being, whatever choice or the kind of way you want the brain of your child to be wired, it is when the child is still when the child is in your womb till when the child is 7. That is when you begin to tell the child. At the stage when the child might not even understand what you're saying to him or what you're saying to her, that is when you begin to form, you begin to work on how the girl thinks, how the boy thinks, the things they admire, the things they places value on, and things like that. It is very, very essential and very key. Aside that, once a child is already an adolescent and the child is making choices, that is when you start want to be using violence and then bang, 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 and fighting and trying to say, oh, this child want to kill you, this child don't know. That is, for me, that I believe that is too late. It is basically too late. The best thing you can keep doing is to keep correcting the child in love, being sincere and realistic with the child. Very important, being sincere and realistic with the child at that point in time, because you know that they can pretend and be good and say, oh, come, no, my mommy beats me. I don't want to offend my mommy. I don't want my mommy to be angry. But once you stand up and you turn your back, that child will put on his or her helmet and start to act the way he or she wants to act when you are not there. So you have to be sincere. You have to tell the child the truth. And that comes to, providing. You have to provide the information that the child needs so that they can be protected. Because if you are saying, okay, this child is wayward, this child is this, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like that, you keep saying that, and you didn't give the child the requisite information for that child to make decision himself while you are not there or without consulting you, you are adding petrol to the fire. Because these children, they keep making decisions every day, every point in time, major, minor, decision that does not make any difference or whatever. They keep making these decisions. Decisions of, oh, should I cross? Do I have to look left and right? As simple as that. You understand? Decision to say, oh, do I take the pedestrian bridge or should I just cross the express? All those little decisions that while you are not even there, they keep making that decision. So the information that you give to them is what matters. And one of these information as we are talking about is contraceptive. Let them know the contraceptive options. Let them know the implication. Let them know the implication of unsafe abortion. Let them all this information. You don't have to audit. If you keep protecting, I don't want this child to be corrupt. I don't want this to happen. At the end of the day, what you are running away from will, God forbid, might come to you in a truck. Just load it back to your doorstep like that. I don't pray for that in Jesus' name. Actually, for you, I don't pray for that. But if you don't do the right thing, if you keep doing the wrong thing, keep getting the wrong results. That one is not even blood of Jesus or whatever. Keep doing the wrong thing, keep getting the wrong result. Keep doing the right thing, keep getting the right result. Another thing is that you must fulfill this choice. And in fulfilling this choice, I'm not saying, oh, go and buy condoms and give to the children, or go and buy this and this and give to the child, or whatever. That is not what I mean. But fulfilling is that let your child know this. Let your child have access to these things. Let your child have access to it. And I mean access, of course, that's not what you are saying. Your child might not, but let them know where to get it. Let them know the cost implication of it. How much will they buy it? Where can they buy it? If you have a child, like I said earlier, that is about 13, and the child does not know what to do at the advent of rape, you have not done that child any good. Either male or female, the rape boys, girls are also being raped. So either male or female, at the advent of rape, a 13 years old boy, with what is happening in our community at this time, does not know what to do at the advent of rape. You are not doing that child any good. If you think you are protecting the child, you're not doing the child any good. Another thing that you should do in terms of fulfilling is that, okay, you protect, I don't want to go back to it. So you understand what it means that as a community, we need to protect the choice of the child. As a community, we need to respect that. We need to respect the choice. We protect the choice of the child, and invariably, while protecting the choice of the child, they're also protecting the child. And also, you must fulfill the choice of the child. Let the child have access to these things. Let them have access, as far as I'm concerned, to these things. And I would like to stop there. I would not want to say everything. If there's something that you really would love to have seen in this video and I'm not talking about it, please drop it in the comment section. Let me know your opinion. Would you want to give your child access in terms of information and also the direct access to contraceptives? And also, is there anything else you think you want? Just share your mind, share your opinion also in the comment section, and let's discuss about this. And thank you so much for watching today's video. That will be all for today. And if you are seeing this beautiful face of mine for the first time, please, I want to welcome you to this channel, to this growing online community health information platform. And I would love you to be a part of us. And to be part of us, all you have to do is this: click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell that is right beside it, so that you can be notified of the videos as soon as I drop them. And if you so much enjoyed this video, please be kind enough to give this video a thumbs up, and I will so much appreciate it. See you next time in the next video. Bye bye.